Hello and welcome to a new video here on the Get Grow TV channel, where we are doing the Home SEO series every Thursday, so you can watch us, you can chip in, and you can definitely join the live chat section where I'll be every single Thursday, so you can ask questions about Squirrly SEO and why not sometimes even about Squirrly Social or Squirrly Spy if you're interested. Yeah, so I don't really have like a very clear plan for what we are going to do today. So I'm just going to show you a couple of cool things that you can do with Squirrly SEO and explain a couple of my ideas on what I want to show you next on the blog and also as a series of videos, because I know that most of you are very curious to see how I actually rank websites using the suite of tools that Squirrly SEO offers, because we have focus pages, we have keyword research, rankings, analytics, a lot of cool stuff. However, what I want to start with is the fact that doing such a thing is very risky for us as a company, because we have many competitors out there who are also quite knowledgeable in SEO, and they're kind of working against us in some of the cases. So even though I would really like to show you glimpses, into our actual strategy from squirrly.co, I can't actually show you that. So yeah, this is what I want to show you. So SERP checker, there's been quite a lot of work done on that page. Of course, I've chosen competition that is very hard to rank. Otherwise this task would have been green, because I have a good Google trend and I have enough search volume. You see, this is enough search volume for the keyword. I didn't add SEO context at the moment, and these other things are only because I have Google ranking here instead of SERP checker, so I need to switch back to SERP checker, and as I've shown you in a previous video. However, I've done this video and I've shown you all of the things, and we've actually started having a lot of problems for SERP rank checker tool. And then problems just kept coming, and I will show you this inside of the ranking section. So you can see that these are some of our alternatives. This is also a strategy that I won't be showing you anymore inside of our videos. This is branded keyword, very important for us because we've just begun launching the Squirrly Spy product, and we want to make sure that we are the first on search engines. But when people search for our stuff, of course, we'll also presenting innovations like focus pages. So we need to make sure that on focus pages we are also the first. With the website analysis plugin is on the first place as well. Also for website analysis plugin, I think. Where might it be? Let's do a search. Did you know that you can actually use this to search? So you can see website analysis plugin right here, and this one takes you to the page on our website. So for website analysis plugin, we are also number one and also on the first page of Google. This was the best position, number one, and now it started falling to number 6. Now, in most cases, especially in most of your cases where you don't have shady competitors who are also doing SEO, you shouldn't really worry about ranking drops. And this is something that's very important. I really want to talk to you about this. So sometimes you will see huge ranking drops in Google. Just know that is very normal. It's quite a thing that happens in 2019. It has started happening since the beginning of the year, and it's nothing to panic about. It's just that Google is focusing more and more on its ranking factors related to traffic, the amount of traffic that you get, and the quality of traffic, which is highlighted in focus pages. Let me get you a focus page so that I can actually show you this. So focus pages, this one has good chances of ranking, right? 75%, and it's obviously number one on Google, even though the keyword is not the best, doesn't have a lot of search volume, and the SEO content is not optimized to 100%. Also, the platform SEO is not green, which is something that I definitely need to check, because as I say here, because WordPress is such a vast CMS with many customization possibilities, it happens to many website owners that custom post types from their site remain completely without SEO codes, and this is the problem that most probably happened, because this thing, the alternatives, this is made on a custom post type. So if the platform SEO is not green, it means that for this particular post type, I've had some problems with SEO settings. And this is not caused by a competitor or anything like that, as I've kept saying in this video. It's something that's simply caused by the fact that we've used a certain plugin. I will not name the plugin, but we've used a certain plugin to make backups for the website, and before finishing the backup, it kind of ruined everything in our databases. So not just things related to Squirrly SEO plugin, all of the plugins where we've had data inside of them, I had to manually restore all of the data because it completely messed up the data in all of the databases. Now what this means is that I actually had to go and manually check a lot of things inside the WordPress site to make sure that Squirrly can do proper optimizations. And I was lucky because with Squirrly SEO 2019, I actually had everything in a panel telling me what to do. So if I go here to SEO settings, I've started seeing a lot of problems. And when I went here, most of these things were on red. Now you can see that they are with green lights because I fixed them, but most of these things, they actually had red lights. So there was a lot of fixing to do, and I wouldn't have known to fix this if I didn't have Squirrly SEO 2019. And that's what happens if you're using other plugins for WordPress SEO, and that's why you shouldn't ever use other plugins for WordPress SEO, is because they don't tell you any of these things. So you don't have an assistant standing right here to the right side of your screen telling you what settings are currently activated and which aren't, because you will work on your WordPress site, you will do backups with a plugin, as it happened to me on squirrly.co, on our official website, and you will run into a lot of problems, and you won't know about them because none of these plugins, they don't tell you about anything that goes wrong on your website. And trust me, the one thing that I know, with all of my experience, like 12 years of experience as a web designer, creating stuff on the internet and anything like that. So I've started very early. I'm still young, but I've started very early, and I know that a lot of things can go wrong and will go wrong, will definitely, certainly go wrong. And that's why you need so many things to tell you that everything is made properly. And that's why I've been so obsessed with getting this into the Squirrly SEO 2019 version, because this is like the first level of checkings that you have, and then you have focus pages, and then you have the SEO audit. And actually, I think that the first thing that was brought to my attention was in the SEO audit right here in this section. I've actually seen a score drop at one point. I think this was the one, or yeah, I think it was before this. So I've had a huge score drop, and I was like, what happened? And then I saw that the JSON LD was missing. I didn't believe the audit. I went to the source code, and I've seen that indeed the JSON LD was missing, and I was like, no, that's impossible, what happened? And then I came here, and I easily saw that this one was turned to red, and then the other things were turned to red, and I didn't have Twitter cards. And I said, okay, so it's that horrible audit that that horrible backup plugin that caused all of my plugins. And I was lucky that I had the audit and this stuff right here, so that I could easily check the problems. And also in Google Analytics, when I went to Google Analytics, I saw that I didn't have tracking anymore, because also this other thing with Activate Google Analytics, it was turned red, and basically for that period I didn't have Google Analytics running on my website. I didn't have the Facebook pixel running on the website because that plugin messed up everything in our databases. So I was lucky enough to have Squirrly, and it helped me, figure out all of the problems that I had on our official website, which is super important for us at Squirrly. So yeah, this is like a really cool thing that you should always think about, as a website owner, because you will have developers, you will have people working on the website, you will work on the website yourself, you will have plugins, you will change plugins, you will change themes. There are themes that you need to change because the developers that you bought them from, they didn't make updates since 2016, and other stuff like that. That's very common, believe me, that's super common. and you will make changes to the website. And then without something like Squirrly SEO 2019 guiding you, giving you all the assistance you need, you will not know what happened wrong on the website. You will just see that you keep having problems and people don't come to your website anymore. And in most cases, you will have visibility issues and a lot of other things that you can only ever check in Squirrly SEO 2019, because there's nothing out there to guarantee that they will tell you and they will let you know what kind of problems your website has. Right, so let's go to custom. Actually, let's see if I can add another post type. Yeah, so this is, I'm on custom right now, but that's not what I need. So I'll just scroll down to add another. And you see, I didn't have because of the database problems, I didn't have the alternatives. I didn't have them set up. So none of the awesome settings that Squirrly SEO automatically does for SEO have been working on my alternatives pages. And that's why I guess that my Google Keyword Planner alternative page couldn't get higher in rankings, because this thing was not activated. And I was lucky enough to check this right now on the video, right? So the alternative to Market Samurai. What did I do? I just went to SEO content. Yeah, so this is SEO content. I've clicked it again and I saw that platform SEO was not green, and I was like, what? And then I was like, I read this and I've talked to you guys, and now I went here and I saw that alternatives was no longer added in my automation thing because of the backup problems that we've had on the website. So now I've added a post type. Let's go. You see it right here. Yeah, now it's fully automated using the automation features of Squirrly SEO. So I will go to alternatives. Right, I'm in alternatives. This is how it composes. This is how it now composes the title and the description. And actually, if you go to howto.squirrly.co, we've completely changed the website. And let's find it. You can see it right here. And there, you see, you have these things that get composed manually, and you can learn everything about SEO automation. And yeah, of course, the SEO automation is cool because you can basically re-optimize a 2000 products WooCommerce store in a couple of minutes, and that's amazing WooCommerce SEO value. So you can see a lot of great details. You can see how it works with the JSON-LD, with the schema org, structured data, which is very cool. And you can set it individually for every kind of post type that you have, because we have post types on squirrly.co where I don't allow anything to work on those pages, because I don't want those pages to be found by people on search engines, because it will create thin content. If you don't know what thin content is, I wrote a great piece on the squirrly.co/blog, on our official blog about thin content and how we're dealing with it at Squirrly, and that's like a great piece of content that you can learn from to see how to use automation to your in your favor. And then you can see like a lot of cool things like SEO automation, and you can see add post type, which I've done right here in the video, how to use patterns, so page SEO optimization, automation, search page SEO automation for custom meta lens. So this is how you add a post type. You've already seen me doing this in the video, and this is how you can use patterns, and you can learn everything about patterns so that you can compose the best kinds of titles and descriptions, so that the SEO audit from Squirrly will never tell you that you have empty titles and empty descriptions. If you do everything properly using the SEO optimization features, the SEO automation features from Squirrly, you will never have empty titles, you will never have empty descriptions, you will never have duplicate titles, you will never have duplicate descriptions, and because of our duplicate removal process, you will never have duplicate codes inside of the same page. So if you use everything that we offer, if you use it carefully, you will never run into SEO issues. And I think that's like a really great deal, and I think that's amazing for everybody, and not just for you guys, for me as well, because as I've shown you, problems happen. It happens even like to us who create SEO stuff, and we don't know about it if we don't have an amazing tool to tell us. So yeah, I can see that you can see the value in our automation and also in our assistants, because without these assistants, let's face it, we'd be lost in all of the crazy SEO stuff that we have to do day in and day out, right? Yeah, so you can see a lot of cool stuff. I would really encourage you to head down to howto.squirrly.co and like really check what's going on here. There are a lot of things that you'll be warned about. You will know a lot of things, and it's absolutely amazing. It even gives you some pretty cool stuff that you can do as an e-commerce. So are you looking for search phrase? And then it says check out our offer by search phrase online from, and you'll place your domain, and then never miss the best offers. And this is like the best thing that you can do for search engine optimization. There's actually like a huge online store in Eastern Europe that does exactly this thing. It's actually what inspired us to create this crazy thing in our SEO automation features, because that online store is killing it. So everything from auto parts, oils for engines, to Legos, to other toys, to electronics that you can buy, to gardening items. They have it all just by saying, are you looking for, and the keyword, check out our offer. And then they use this kind of optimizations, and they are ranked number one, or at least on the first page of Google, for everything that you can imagine. And they're just using this very simple automation that we've created in Squirrly SEO 2019, and they're super ranked. So something like this can really change tides for you guys. Right, and custom metalands and everything, you can see it right from this article, and I guess it's amazing. Right, so what did I do? Because I've just kept talking non-stop, and thank you guys for being with me today, because I've actually managed to do this alternative stuff because I've shown you the video. So alternative, yeah, that's the thing. So I need to check, yeah, let Google index it, send authority, yeah, I want it in sitemap, load the SEO metas, yeah, load the patterns, load the JSON LD structured data. Yes, it is a website, it's not a profile, not an article, and it's not a video. You can load the open graph, yeah, you can load Twitter cards, yeah, load my tracking script and everything, and I will save the settings. Alright, so this is awesome. Now, this is something that I've also seen and I wanted to do. So Elementor Library. By the way, I think that most of you don't really know how Google works, right? So you think that Google will only index your website. If you do something like this. So if you go to the sitemap, and then it takes stuff from the sitemap and it indexes only that. Well, you know, basically you are nice guys if you have a sitemap. You're wonderful people, and Google will appreciate you more for doing this. But this is not the only way in which Google crawls a website. Google crawls a website by the things that you place here in Google Chrome when you're writing stuff. Google will index websites based on what you have in email links and in anything that Google can actually detect about a website. And they have crawlers, so they basically go from link to link to link to link to link to link. And that's how things have always gotten done since the beginning of like the internet. So that's how it works. Now, even though you have a sitemap, it will identify a lot of stuff that you have in your site which are not covered in the sitemap. So this is something that you should know, because a lot of experts, they talk about this stuff and they say that Google only takes into consideration the sitemap, which is really weird, and you shouldn't believe anything like that. Now, so I had this Elementor Library thing, and I saw that Google started indexing a couple of our items from the Elementor libraries. Elementor is a plugin that we use to create some of our landing pages. Now I've added it to automation, and basically I don't really want to have it on search engines, so I will control it. I will make sure that Google will not index it and not leave it to chance, right? Because that's what smart people will do. So I go here, I see that it's Elementor Library. Okay, let Google index it. No, thank you. Send authority. No, thank you. Don't include it in my sitemap. Load the SEO metas. Now you need to do this to load the SEO meta. So this has to be on for these things to be off, because if you turn this off, you don't have control over these other things right here. And load squirrely patterns, yeah, that's awesome. This is awesome. And yeah, the other things, they also work. I don't really need Google Analytics, and I don't care about Facebook Pixel for these things, because they're not from users. Our users and our customers won't go to Elementor Library, and that's really stupid to have. So I will say save settings. So this is how I've automated 2 custom post types from our WordPress. One which had to have all of the SEO settings, because otherwise it was lacking, and it didn't have the best rankings because of that. And the other one, I had to make sure that I get it in my automation, because I really want Google to know that I don't want those pages to be found on search engines. Yeah, and I think that this episode has definitely gotten a lot better than I first envisioned it. And you saw some really cool things that you can do with automation, really. And of course, I never would have known about this if I didn't go to SEO content right here. So to this part, and I wouldn't have clicked on platform SEO. So now that I have it, let's request a new audit. This will take a while, because focus pages, it really processes a lot of data. And now we wait. You see that we've even placed a note here. Remember that it takes anywhere between 1 minute to 5 minutes to generate the new audit for a focus page. There is a lot of processing involved, which is very true. And we've seen the first times when we've done this that a lot of people, they didn't know that this would happen, and it caused a lot of problems. And that's why we had to place this note, because everybody was just clicking, and then, come on, I want to see, and that's not really how it works, folks. So yeah, we had to do this. Let's refresh. Now you can see that it's June 13th. Right, and now I have this stuff, and now I will go to SEO content, and you will see that platform SEO is green, which is awesome. So we've managed to do that in today's video. This is really nice. And I don't know, guys, you should really tell me, in the live chat or via email. I have a lot of emails. You can check out the emails just by going to squirrly.co/contact and pick an email and write stuff, and see what I can talk about in the next video, or what you guys would really want to see. Because as you can see, we can solve a lot of things in these awesome videos from Home SEO, which stands for search engine optimization that you can do from home. So it's the Home SEO series here on YouTube. Yeah, this is not a very long article. The reader experience doesn't have enough data, because there haven't been enough visits to the page to be able to process this, because we are giving this based on statistics. We don't do it randomly. Traffic health, yeah, of course I didn't have enough sample size for the traffic for our platform to know all about this. And you can see how awesome it is, because it adapts to every single page. So this page has a platform health issue, these others don't have any problem there. Traffic health, each of these has traffic health problems. This one has an SEO image problem, this one doesn't. This one has a snippet problem, this one doesn't. And you can see that it adapts to every single situation, and it offers you this awesome assistant to the right of the screen, helping you figure out what's currently up and what you can do. And in some cases, like in the SEO image, you can go to the button, you can go to the button, you can go to the button, and there's buttons for exactly what you need to use to fix those problems. And you should definitely give this a try, because this is absolutely amazing. And you can see that we've even placed stuff like fresh content update. So if you have old content that you haven't updated, you will have a problem. And not just with focus pages from Squirrly, you will have a problem with Google itself, because Google prefers fresh content. And why? As I say here, because it's one of the easiest ways to ensure that the content on the page keeps being relevant. Now, if somebody went to your page that you wrote in 2016 for the best social media strategies, and you haven't updated like those lessons since then, I know, maybe you'll have Google Plus in there. Google Plus doesn't exist today. Just saying. So that's why fresh content updates are super important. And you will see that even today, no matter what people say, Google still favors the websites that publish a lot of content. So if you publish a lot of content, you will get much better SEO rankings than everybody else. And we've recently saw this at a client. He's buying like crazy tons of articles from our agency every single month. So he basically publishes at least one article per day on his blog, and he has like only #1 rankings. So when I saw his ranking section in Squirrly SEO, I recently requested access to the Squirrly SEO admin, and when I've seen his rankings, I was like, yeah, so that's why you order so much content. It's just like a ton of content, but he's like on the first page, on the first positions for almost all of the keywords that he has. He's in the entertainment industry with events and stuff like that for companies. I will not say the keywords. I almost said the keywords, and that wouldn't have been cool. But he's like ranked #1 for everything, and just because he publishes a lot of content, and most of the stuff in focus pages are turned to green, so that's kind of all you need. And he doesn't really get a lot of social signals or backlinks, so that's also something that you should keep in mind. And that's basically why we've built focus pages, because there are so many things that you can do if you get these things to green. It's absolutely unbelievable. Alright, so what I also wanted to show you was that for SERP Checker, for example, let's just finish loading everything. So before showing this a couple of weeks ago, I think it's been a month, or yeah, maybe just a month. So we were on the first page of Google, and as you can see, this was the best ranking that we've had, and we've always been there. And since then, we fell to 23, to 30, to 40 for this keyword, having the exact same page. And that has most certainly happened because somebody did something to it. And I don't really like saying stuff like this, but this is one of the reasons why I won't really want to show more stuff from the Squirrly.co website. So this is probably like the last video in which I will show stuff from Squirrly.co, because I don't want people to start attacking us just because they see our website, and that's not something that's cool. So my problem is that we have a couple of client sites, we have a couple of partner sites, and I obviously can't show those either, and I can show Squirrly.co. And if you don't believe me, you can talk to the guys from Oberlo. They are official Shopify partners, and you can even see my conversation with some of them on Twitter. It's not so old, so you can probably still find it in the feed on Twitter. And I've talked to them about a success story they've had where they didn't want to name the URL of the online store built on Shopify that had a success story with them. And I was like, okay guys, that's really weird. Like, why don't you want to show us the website? Because I really want to see the e-commerce site and see what they did and stuff like that. And they were like, well, we never show this. If you see all of our success stories, we never show the websites because there are a lot of shady people out there and they see success of other websites and then they do a lot of crazy things to them. Like they drop a lot of fake traffic so that Google penalizes them. They drop a lot of fake links so that Google penalizes them. They drop a lot of social signals, fake social signals, so that Google penalizes them. And like, that's a crazy amount of work after something like this to just get your pages back on. And one of the dirtiest things that people do is they delist your pages from Google search, and that can be done. There are methods for that, and some people use them. So yeah, we're not really gonna risk so much with the Squirrly.co website, especially if people can start figuring out our strategy for SEO. And yeah, so we are going to try and build another website. Now this is something that I've shown you in one of the first videos where I wrote about business services with Squirrly SEO 2019's SEO Live Assistant, and I've used multiple keywords, so I've optimized the article for multiple keywords. And this is the website. So of course, other than a logo, I didn't really do anything on it. I know, maybe I've done some customization. Yeah, I placed the logo here as well. And this is all the customization, I think, for it. But I think that this is a website that I'm gonna risk, and I'm gonna try to build. I'll probably have a blog series about this, and I will show it more and more in the videos, and hopefully this one won't get attacked, because recently we've seen that we've even been delisted from facebook.com after such an attack. And hopefully by using service cheetah, at least if something bad happens, it's just another website that we've built, and it's not, you know, something that we really do our business and something that we really use for our business. So this is what I'm gonna try to do, and I'll use the 14 days journey from Squirrly to fix a lot of problems. As you can see, this is not secure, and in the 14 days journey to better rankings, I explain how to correct this issue along with a lot of other issues that you need to know as a website owner. So thank you very much for watching this episode of Home SEO. I hope you've enjoyed it, and thanks for staying with me today as I fixed a couple of issues on the squirrly.co website, and for listening to my explanations, and maybe even for engaging in the live chat. So thank you very much, and I will see you on the next episode.